Hello everyone, today is Wednesday, October 30th, and we are going to do a 3-card tarot card spread using the Rider-Waite Tarot deck. Trying to find out a little bit about what's going on in today and in the days to come and see what's in store for you. You can also follow us on Instagram at Breathe Inspiring Gifts, and for those of you in our Instagram community, you can follow us on YouTube on my private channel, which is Jenna Turner, and I will try and do a reading 6 days a week, sometimes 5, but I intend to do one every day this week except for this upcoming Saturday. So let's give it one more shuffle and then we'll give it a knock, and then we'll cut the deck and get right into it. So just take a moment to think about what you're hoping to come across in the reading this evening. Okay, I like knocking on the deck now. I was never a knocker before this whole few months that I've been reading on Instagram. At the end of the reading, I will show you and reveal the cards that we're discussing. I will give you an intuitive reading about the cards, and then I'll just briefly touch on the authentic meaning of each of the tarot cards. So the first card that I pulled this evening is the Ten of Wands, and we always call our wands W-A-N-D-S. We call it our J-U-A-N-S, our Ten of Wands. So our Ten of Wands in reverse is about going through the struggle and not knowing which direction you want to move in. Typically when this card is being revealed in forward facing, it's more about feeling defeated and not knowing at what pace you should start to move. You're wanting and craving to see change in your life, and maybe you've met somebody that has given you a sense of direction, a sense of purpose that you didn't have before, so that you're wanting to move, but move at your own pace. So what happens with that is whenever we meet somebody that inspires us, whether it's a mentor, a friend, a lover, whatever the case might be, right? We get this sense of stability, this sense of inspiration, and almost admiration, right? Sometimes it creates a spark within us to move forward and push past any obstacles that are in our way, and push past really any feelings of being defeated or limiting yourself to think of what you can do beyond the space that you're in, right? But when you have an opportunity to meet somebody to inspire you, if you're having a difficult time moving forward at your own pace, completely on your own, and you meet someone that inspires you, I would say kind of just like, you know, drink it up if you feel like it's someone who's really coming from a good place, not from a place of ego. But I would say just drink it up. And if you have this opportunity to learn under somebody, whether you're learning as a student or an apprentice, or you just have the opportunity to be with somebody that inspires you, I would say drink up this opportunity and find yourself on the path to moving forward. Now, typically when this card is facing forward, so I always try and read the cards intuitively. So whether I get this card on a Monday or a Tuesday or a Wednesday, 7 days a week, when I'm reading it intuitively, it will always have a different meaning, or more often than so, it will have a different meaning. If I'm reading it just in the tradition of tarot or authentically through tarot, it will typically have a very similar meaning as the days before. When the card is forward facing, like if I was to look at this card, because I always say to my students, like, look at the card forward facing before you read it as a reversal. Because when it's reverted, it just means that something has changed. Excuse me, inverted. It means something has changed. When I'm looking at this card forward facing, it means that there's almost a sense of shame. Maybe you feel like you don't have enough dignity or enough belief in yourself to push forward. But the card is inverted or reversed, as we say in the tarot. So maybe you're feeling like you're hitting roadblocks and you're feeling like you just don't have enough energy to give it all that it needs at this time. And normally I would say, if you don't feel like you have enough energy to give it all that it needs at this time, I would say then just take a step back and wait until you have the energy to move forward. Wait till the timing is right. But I'm not feeling that energy this evening. I'm feeling like you really need to give it your all. There is no time like the present. For some reason, it's coming almost like that there's a deadline. I'm feeling that there's a deadline. And if you have met someone that's inspiring you, why wait why wait for an opportunity to move forward when it's presenting itself now? You're being given a gift from the universe to be able to study under somebody or learn something from somebody. And, education doesn't come free. For me, being a person who didn't get to go to college, or I should say that didn't get to finish college, I went to college for about 3 seconds. I would say that anytime you have an opportunity to learn underneath somebody, and they're offering you an opportunity that you wouldn't have otherwise had, go full force. Take advantage of this space that you're in, these gifts that you were given, and just move forward. So this is about breaking down the barrier, removing your ego as you're moving forward, because some of us don't like to take a handout, and we don't like to take advice, and we don't like to we don't always like to hear it from someone else's words. Does that make sense? So I would say at this time, just absorb it all. That's a perfect way to describe it. Absorb it all. The second card that we pulled is the Chariot. And the Chariot is about having all of your tools, having all of your it's a great way to say the Chariot. You have your vessel, you have your 4 tires, they're inflated, it's time to move forward. This goes perfectly with card number 1, right? So you have the vessel, you have the vehicle, you have all 4 tires, there's no roadblock, so there's no reason to have an excuse to not move forward, right? There is such a great opportunity being given to you, whether it comes through career or through relationships. It's like everything is starting to finally line up, and you have the resources. That is a better word than tool. You have the resources now. You're finally learning how to accept the good with the bad and the highs with the lows, and starting to realize that the duality is necessary within all of us. So you're in a good place mentally. You're in a very creative space where you have the opportunity to not only learn, but to feel passionate about what you're doing. And in regards to that, why is there a hesitation? Why are you hesitating? It's time for you to just, I keep using this word, surrender. Time for you to surrender and just go with it. Go with the flow, sink into the space of creativity. Just throw yourself into it full steam ahead. And as you're doing so, be mindful that you stay in alignment with where you have been. You worked so hard to get here. It's easy to have a slip up and a downfall and to take 2 steps back. Be mindful about how hard you worked to get here. And while I'm saying to you today to move forward, because I know a couple of days ago I was saying to you, you don't necessarily have to move. You can accept the space of just being in the here and the now right this second, right? But today I'm saying it is time for you to move forward. Why would you not want to move forward? Why is there so much hesitation, and why are you being reluctant in just letting go of this opportunity? So also keep in mind, Mercury has moved into retrograde, or is officially moving into retrograde. And so I would say to just be mindful about any contacts, anything like that. Hello. Anything like that, signing any contacts. But just also still moving full steam ahead. So that is card number 2, which is the Chariot. And I'm so sorry about my dogs. As you can see, I'm not a fancy person. I don't have a recording studio. I'm literally at my dining room table with very crazy dogs. Ooh, wow, this is a relationship card if I ever saw one. Yikes, and it's in reverse. So this is the Two of Cups in reverse. I love this card for like a soulmate. So it could be that at this time you're feeling like you've met someone that you have a really deep connection to. If you're like happily married and you happen to tune in today and you're not in the space of like looking for a soulmate, this could be about reconnecting with the partner that you're already with. And if it isn't about reconnecting with the partner you're with because you already are connected with the partner you're with, it could very much be a business relationship. But the card is reversed, so it just seems that one of you are kind of misfiring at this time, and that you should try and focus on getting on the same page so that one of you isn't here and one of you isn't here. It's just that you're just trying to find a common ground, a common denominator. Cups is all about emotions, and it's all about fluidity, and this card for me has always been a soulmate card. So if you're feeling like you're in love or you're looking for love, or you thought you found love and then you got scared for some reason, maybe you thought that like you lost the love, or you thought that maybe this person didn't love you enough, I'm going to say that you're incorrect. This person is giving you the love that you need. You're just misfiring. You're like two ships sailing in the wind, and you're just not in alignment right now. You're just not meeting up where you need to be, but you're going to find that common ground to get back right where you need to be, okay? So your first card that we pulled is the Ten of Wands. I'm forever going to say that no matter who is logged on with us, but that's for all of you people with the name Juan out there. And that was in reverse. And the second card we pulled is the Chariot, which is such a good card to come up and forward facing in between the two cards that we pulled. And the third card that we pulled is the Two of Cups in reverse. So I would say at this time that maybe you're feeling a little confused about which direction you want to move in for life and how your love life is going. But the center card, the Chariot, is telling me don't worry about any of that stuff. Cut all of that chaos out of your life, cut all of that self-doubt out of your life, and recognize that you are the Chariot and you are this vessel and you have this opportunity to move forward. It's just the self-limiting beliefs that is keeping you stuck here, and it's keeping you in this space of denial, and you're denying yourself so many opportunities because you're living in fear, you're living in regret, you're living in past experiences, and it's just time that you let go of all of that worry and just be as you're moving forward, not that you're standing still. So I thank my YouTube community for hanging out with us this evening. You can catch me here on Halloween tomorrow night, October 31st, and I appreciate you joining us.